everyone for coming out to support Makaisa's Filipino Culture Night. And we will be starting the pre-show. I've been staring at the edge of the water as long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water, no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the line of the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. With the wind in my sail, while the sea stays behind me, and no one knows. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island. Maybe I can roll with mine. I can leave with pride, I can make us strong. Be satisfied if I play along. The voice inside sings a different song. What's wrong with me? See the line of the sky with the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how deep it goes. The wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me. Let it know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. It's another fiery afternoon, hotter than the month of June. We should go beach now, cool down where the water's right. Let's grab the boards and run, 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 run to the nearest shore. School is out, let's go now, and out of the door. The waves is on fire, and the day is getting hot. This is my desire, you're the one that picked the spot. Hey, cool down. The waves is on fire, and the day is getting hot. This is my desire, you're the one that hit the spot. Yeah, cool down, cool it down.
We love you, Fresno.
We love you too. So Nico. Woo! Blue suit.
Hi. Okay. Look, I know I've been gone for a while, but I just want to tell you that I'm here and I'm staying. I've seen the seven wonders if you give or take a few, but all them seven wonders, well, they can't compare to you. I've been a lot of places, yes, I've traveled near and far, but now I know that home is where you are. Get this. Niagara Fall, it's a leaky faucet, yeah, that a plumber ought to fix. The pyramids are really just a dusty pile of bricks. The Taj Mahal, a fixer-upper. The Grand Canyon, just a hole. The Grand Canal in Venice, an Italian toilet bowl. I've seen the seven wonders if you give or take a few. But all them seven wonders, well, they can't compare to you. I've been a lot of places, yes, I've traveled near and far. 'Cause now I know that home is where you are. The Aurora Borealis, it's just a nightlight on the fritz. And Stonehenge is just a bunch of rocks. La Brea's tars the pits. How about that leaning tower of Pisa? It looks like something up and broke. Mount Rushmore, someone climb up there and tell them boys a joke. See, my traveling days are over. Get the check, I'll pay the bill. 'Cause I see all the wonders in your eyes, just standing still. I want to make a home with you. I've been a lot of places, but I learned now near and far. There's no need to roam, 'cause home's where you are. There's no need to roam, 'cause home is where you are. Now I know that home's where you are.
Ang bawat oras ay ikaw ang iisip-isip ko. Hindi ko mahinto, hindi ng puso ikaw ang pinangarap-narap ko. Simula ng mga punto na balang araw ibig ang puso. Ikaw ang pag-ibig na hinintay, puso ang nalumbay ng katagal. Nung ngayon nandito na ikaw, ikaw ang pag-ibig na binigay sa akin ang magkapabiyaya ka sa buhay ko. Ligaya pag-ibig ko ikaw. Ngunito sa bawat oras ng takbo, ang pag-igong ng mundo, tinitingnan ko sa aking puso. Pagka nasa na ang tanong, nag-aalala ng kung nagmamahal sa kinang tunay. Ikaw ang pag-ibig na hinintay, puso ang nalumbay ng
as I got my friends. I'm better.
Brand new whenever DJ, bring that back. You ain't never heard a drop like that. Shit might slap, booty go clap. Roll up in the beans, looking like a teens. With that rock, make it rock in my car, and it bang, bang, bang like go blah, blah. Yeah, he got bands in the bando. Missy got things in Orlando. Buying me bags and new shoes and new clothes and everything I know that he paying for. Yeah, he be hooking me up. Yeah, he be hooking me up. Watch what I do when I get up on you, Poppy Petro. Oh, girl, what you deal is? I've been eyeing you like, oh my goodness. Let's spend some time somewhere and kick it. Cause I'm like, hold up. I'ma pull up in my track. I'll be bouncing like that either way. She holla, got the cash, but she don't need like a Peter Pan. Pull up to the crib, they know we can get it. Though she only tryna be my friend. Cause you know I wanna get you somewhere right away. I'm about to take you to my private place. Ooh, girl, we about to dance, yeah. Just say you want me in the wrongest way. Hold on, let your boy take it off. Yeah, try to see you. Yeah, girl, what to do? Get the goods from a mama. Hold up, she got it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Makaisa's 2017 Filipino Culture Night. My name is Clarissa Baldos, and I'm this year's president. The members, the officers, and I are excited to show you what we have put together for this year's PCN. Through our hard work and effort, I can honestly say that I am very proud of everyone who has become part of our production today. We get to show you all how much we love and appreciate our culture. From being a member to now becoming an officer, the memories and friendships I made with everyone will never be forgotten. By joining this club, you'll be able to educate and promote the Filipino culture to the community, but I didn't know that becoming part of this club, you become one with everyone. This is the reason why Makaisa became my family away from home. As a family, we accomplished shipping people in from other ethnicities to join and to learn what our culture is about. Along the way, we create friendships that may last for a long time. Today, our PCN will showcase our culture through song and dance, along with a beautifully written script. Before I go, I would like to thank the rest of the officers and the members, because without any of them, PCN wouldn't happen. Second, the audience. Thank you guys. We wouldn't have the reason to have a PCN. And last but not least, I would like to thank the Racy 30, who is no stranger to the Filipino community, and he is proudly represents it every day. Thank you all so much, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
Well, all right. Hello and good afternoon to everyone. That's how my mom would always start her speeches when I grew up in Stockton. My parents are very involved in the Filipino community, and they taught us the importance of staying involved and keeping the community strong. And I think that's one of the reasons why I got into TV news, because that was a way I could serve my own community, let everybody know what's going on. I've been at ABC 30 for, 34 years now, which I started as a baby, so I'm 35 now. No, I'm 55, and it's, I have to say thanks to all the wonderful Filipinos in the Valley, because they've been the most loyal viewers and kept me up there, because, you look back to the 80s, when I started, they're like, hey, there's a Filipino guy on Channel 30, and so that really helped, get me noticed in the community. So that was, I'm really appreciative for that. But thank you for inviting me to Filipino Culture Night, which is actually afternoon today, but that's okay. You guys probably have something planned for today, but it's truly an honor to be with you today. Amazing to watch, all the dancers and all the singers. I could never sing. When I was your age, I will say I was a DJ back in the day on the radio and a mobile music DJ, rocking the house parties, garage parties, making money, side jobs. I guess Filipinos are just all in the music, always have been. But it's an honor to be with you today. I know it's tough for all of you because the semester's winding down. You got finals, you got final projects. Much respect for putting in the effort to make this happen. I know it's a lot of work. Everyone's nervous back there. But, it's worth it. When you work alongside your brothers and sisters to put something together like this, it's really amazing. Thanks to Clarissa, thanks to Dan Bautista for reaching out on the Facebook. You guys are all about the social media. I actually know Dan. I played hoop with him. Played hoop with his dad as well. And, I've been around so long, I would play in these Filipino leagues and play with the sons of the guys I used to play with back in the 80s. So that's been a lot of fun. I don't play as much hoop as I used to, but it's been a huge part of my life because it's just so much fun. Back in the 80s, I remember speaking for the first time at a Makaisa event. I don't know what the club was called back then, but back in the 80s, I'm guessing 1986, a guy, his name was Bayani Lego, asked me to come speak because I was a sports anchor back then. And turns out he played in the Filipino League and said, hey, can you roll with us? I said, yeah, we'll go play hoop. So, we had a lot of fun, won a whole bunch of championships back then. And, those guys, those teammates, became lifelong friends. And one of my teammates had a very pretty sister who I got to know, and a few years later, she became my wife. And my wife, I need to say hi, she's sitting back there. Liberty, she's Mrs. Fioron. So, without her, I can't do what I do, on TV because the news cycle is 24/7. All of you consumers, you have your phones, and this is where you get your news. You're always on the phone, so we have to, always hit you up with news alerts, that kind of thing. So, got social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook Live. There's so many challenges on our part to tell our stories, and we just have to keep doing it. And so, I actually met my wife through, indirectly through one of these celebrations. So this is why it's so important you get involved in the Filipino community and all the activities that are out there. And it's so important to embrace your Filipino roots. And it's important for young people to understand how we got to this point, because I'm sure, your case is much like mine, whether it was your parents or grandparents coming to the Philippines or coming from the Philippines to the United States. They came for, because the U.S. is and remains the land of opportunity. Not a lot of opportunities back home, so they had this big dream to come here, to make a life for you, look for opportunities. And when they came, it was very tough. They have the big dreams, and then they come here and find out that there's really not as many opportunities as they thought. Maybe they can only work on the farm or do menial work, but my goodness, they stuck with it, didn't they? They kept working, taking on those extra shifts, just doing whatever they can to make sure their kids could get those opportunities. and just working their way up the ladder. I mean, I'm grateful my parents, made that move way back then in the 50s, because I think about that the older I get, because I look at my cousins back in the islands, and they don't have the opportunities. Excuse me, this wind has been killing me this week, the allergies and asthma. But it's just very difficult, if my family stayed in the Philippines, it'd be much more difficult to carve out a career. So, talk to your parents, your grandparents if they're still around, your aunts and uncles. Try to trace that tree, figure out what happened, how they got here, hardships they endured, because, man, I guarantee you'll have a new appreciation for what you have today. I mean, they never thought about, I got to get the latest iPhone or the latest Jordans. That never entered the thought process. They just wanted to come here, look for work, try to get ahead, and more importantly, start a new life for their kids, so you can have more opportunities. And, it doesn't matter if you're poor, because if you're poor, education is the way you level the playing field. That's what I discovered. And, take advantage of the educational opportunities put before you. And Fresno State is a great launching point. And, it's the world is out there for you to grasp. I have a friend who has his own take on Filipino career choices. His name is Joseph Glenn Herbert. Does that name ring a bell? Joseph Glenn Herbert. He's really famous now. Really cool guy. His star's on the rise. But he goes not by the name of Joseph Glenn Herbert, by a nickname his Filipino auntie gave him back in Seattle. He goes by the name of Joe Coy. Auntie used to call him Joe, but he's now Joe Coy. Really cool guy. My wife and I got to know him. Every time he's appeared, around the valley, we go see him before the show. Really funny guy, and he has a bit where he talks about how Filipino parents only offer their kids 2 career choices, right? Nursing and the post office. He's a comedian, but there's a little truth in there, because so many of our Filipinos work in healthcare, nurses, CNAs, doctors, administrators, and it's really important. I'm really proud of how Filipinos have been able to get into the healthcare system like that, because without Filipinos, the healthcare system would basically, fall down upon itself and no one would be cared for. But yeah, Joe Coy is a hilarious guy. He has a special on Netflix. Parents, if you gets kind of raunchy on that special, but he's a really funny guy. And I know, sometimes it may seem like your parents may be hard on you as you look ahead beyond college and what your career choice is going to be, but all they want is for you to be the best at what you can be, and carve out a career and be successful, and take advantage of the chances that they didn't have, because, bottom line is, when they're old, they want you to be successful, so, you can take them to nice places like Vegas or Hawaii. That's the way I think. I tell my kids that all the time. Yeah, you guys better go find a career and save some money, because, that's the expectation in Filipino families, right? Take care of your parents, grandparents, elders. That's how we roll. In my line of business, I'm always looking out for Filipinos, who are doing well, who make us feel that Pinoy pride, and usually try to make contact with them. I mentioned Joe Coy, but, whenever Manny Pacquiao fights, gotten to the point where Top Rank Boxing will always contact me before a fight and say, hey, we got you with Manny on the satellite. I just like to talk to him, what his thinking is, and just to make contact. And he's a really good guy. He's 38 now, but he's still going to fight. I think his next fight's July 1st. Jeff Horn in Australia. Worry about that guy, but he's still fast as ever. Great to see. He's brought so much pride to us, hasn't he? Baddest man on the planet, even though he's getting older. Last summer, we caught a Journey concert in Sacramento, so of course, I had to talk my way backstage so my wife and I could take a picture with Arnel Pineda of Journey. That dude's, isn't he amazing? That's an amazing story to be discovered on YouTube and then become the lead singer for, one of America's most popular rock and roll bands, and he's really spread, interest in Journey over the years. When I think back, probably one of my favorite Filipinos that I was able to meet was a guy named Carlos Padilla. Young people, you remember who he is? Maybe the old timers do. Carlos Padilla was one of his daughters. They were actors, actresses. But Carlos Padilla was a boxing referee, refereed the Thrill in Manila between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. I met him a long, long time ago. I know it's a long time ago because actually he invited me to his home. And that was really special because looking back in the 70s, I'm guessing Thrill in Manila was 74 maybe. That was the first time I heard a Filipino person on TV. You know, thick Filipino accent like my parents and my uncles. And we were like, whoa, a Filipino dude on TV. Because he was, being interviewed after the fight. So that was really cool. And then the chance to talk to him, I told him, hey, you were a hero. You're like the first one I ever seen. So that was really cool. I mean, obviously there's a whole bunch of successful Filipinos out there who I need to talk to. But, eventually I'll get to all of them because it's just nice to be able to meet them and then talk to you whenever I speak to Filipino groups and share some of their stories. Because it's just really nice. And I'm proud of all of you that are involved in Makaisa because, no matter what the goal is, I know it's hard. So many things going on campus and with work. The Golden State Warriors would say there is strength in numbers, right? That's the case with Makaisa because you guys do so much to put this together to keep a strong tradition going. And, we noticed that in the community. And, growing up, I always say this to a lot of Filipino groups that I talk to. Growing up, I noticed a certain disconnect in our community. I grew up in Stockton, California. And sometimes the Filipinos were united, sometimes they weren't because regional issues, sometimes there's a separation, a certain disconnect between our people, whether they speak Tagalog, Ilocano, Visayan, or whatever dialect. It's not as bad among the young people, but that's the way we grew up, and it's like, it shouldn't be that way. So we were always saying, don't let things that separate us, embrace what we share together, and that's the Filipino culture. And be proud of that, because it's all about you, right? And coming out to Filipino events, I have to wear my glasses because I have my notes here, but it's kind of hard to see out that way. But coming out to events, it's really nice because it feels like a big family gathering because, surrounded by Filipinos. So it's always been comforting. It's kind of like, I don't know, a gathering at the house or maybe going to Island Pacific to eat. You always run into people and catch up with everybody. So as the semester ramps up, don't just think about, what your summer plans are. Think about what it is you want to accomplish in life because it's not a time of rest. You never want to rest. You want to keep pushing. Think about what fields you want to consider. It's great to see the young people dancing and singing because it tells me they're not shy. You apply that to your career, reaching out to whatever fields you want to get into, talk to people, phone people. I mean, it's so easy now. You can catch up with people on social media, say I'm, interested in engineering. How do I get an internship? Medical work, any kind of field. Get to know people in the field. Don't be shy about it. Speak up. Let your voice be heard. And you never want to lose your Filipino heritage as you get older. That's why I'm so proud of everyone involved in this this event because I know they're not, and I know they're learning a lot about the heritage as they learn the dances from Auntie and all that stuff. It's part of you and will be part of you forever. And think about your parents. I mean, they sacrifice a lot just so you can get to this point. And I also urge you to learn more about Filipino history, Filipino American history, because when you do that, you realize how far we've come and how much further we have to go. I mean, every year we celebrate Cesar Chavez, but one of the stories that's been lost in the UFW story is the story of Larry Itliong, which is a story I've told on our news because it's an important one. 1965, Cesar Chavez is the face of the UFW labor movement, right? He celebrated. Larry Itliong was definitely the spark that got the UFW started. I mean, you look back in 1965, it was Larry Itliong and Philip Veracruz who started a very famous Delano grape strike. They led the Filipino workers out of the vineyards because of low wages, horrible working conditions. And it was Larry Itliong who actually urged Cesar Chavez to join the strike, to get the Mexican workers to join the strike and eventually merge the unions, which later became the UFW. That story, you know, I would always tell that story to people, and people would always say, haven't heard about that, but eventually we made enough noise, and you know, a year or so ago, the state of California honors Larry Itliong with Larry Itliong Day on October 25th. So my colleagues would say, I never knew that. And I said, well, I know you didn't know that. That's why I told the story, you know, to get the people together, just to show you, because it's not a story that's in the history books, but it's one, as a Filipino American, I have to tell, because if I don't tell it, who's going to tell it? You know, you can't rely on anybody else to tell our story. So it's important we learn more about our history, because I'm counting on all of you to tell our history, you know, as we get older. It takes that younger generation to keep it going. In my game room, I have a whole bunch of Filipino items, you know, pictures of my kids, Pacquiao fight posters, the big spoon and fork, you know, the big, you know, the shield with the swords on it. Yeah, I have all of that. I don't have the barrel man up. He's not on display. He comes out during during parties or something. But I also keep a framed poster in my game room. I got it when I was a kid, 1976. I was probably 14. It was one of the Filipino Youth Empowerment Conferences. They were big back in the day. I mean, it's amazing when you think back how far we've come when they used to have these empowerment conferences. They had them in Seattle, they would have them in Stockton. But this poster was a picture of a hotel in Stockton, 1930, and it read, outside of the hotel, positively no Filipinos allowed. 1930. You know, this is how our journey began, and this is why you all need to move forward with your own lives, knowing you have to do better for yourselves, you have to do better for your families, and you have to do better for the entire Filipino community, because we are all counting on you, and we are expecting nothing but the best from you. So thank you for having me today. Enjoy the rest of the program. Salamat.
Please rise for the national anthems. The U.S. national anthem will be sung by Cedera Salinas, and the Philippine national anthem will be sung by Diana Tillo.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the ay dilap ang tulha at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning. Ang bituin at araw niya'y kailan pamay di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwal, hapit pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya ng pagmay mang-aapi ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Go, Nico. Go, Jake. It was an era of peace. It was an era of change. Tides are turning. Power will reign. What once was will never be the same. A revolution is upon us. Such are the words of this world. 300 years ago, magical realm, the worlds of humans and the Wanda were one and the same. These two races, however different in blood, work together to ensure that the state of society is one of both peace and prosperity. The king is dying. The human chancellor, Avery Reinhardt, is preparing the next fairy queen to be Anastasia Lumia to lead the realm. Anastasia is lined up as the next fairy queen to provide counsel and protection for humans and fairies alike. Festival Flight is approaching, celebrating inauguration of the next fairy queen. This event is enjoyed by the whole realm at a time for people of both worlds enjoying a day of culture, dance. However, all is not well. Radical forces are moving to reveal true motives. The Hook Bowl, a human extremist movement led by the ambassador, are moving to circle the line, which they believe is a threat to the humans. Revolution is upon us. Change is happening. Once was, will never be the same. The story begins in a human village where Diwata Captain Cyrus is searching for hidden insurgents. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. What are you doing? These are peaceful. Done nothing wrong. Peaceful people. Let me make one thing painfully clear to you. It is in your best interest not to play games. I know that there are insurgents in this village. You will tell me where they are. Or you know the consequences. You dare threaten our lives in this place of worship? Place of worship? Is that what this is? Maybe to you. I may be one. This place means nothing to me. A noble effort. But as with all humans, your passion outweighs your sensibility. I will ask you one more time. Where are the insurgents? Test my patience. Very well. Since you seem so eager to play games with me, why don't you pick our first contestant? I choose myself. I'm afraid I didn't quite hear that. What did you choose myself. Ah, it seems we have a volunteer.
Captain, with all due respect, he did not have to die! He obviously doesn't know about
Silence! It's already enough. We have insurgents trying to topple our kingdom. I will not have disobedience in my own army. What are you waiting for? Kill them!
Sir, order from the king has said that the king is dead. I'm afraid that is not all. I've been back to check on Adam already. Wait, is he dead?
Yes. Tell me more of the king.
He's the chancellor's missing son.
Who else knows about this?
Just us, sir.
It stays that way. As for you two, you keep your mouth shut about what happens here, as the Chancellor will have us all in the ground. Why are these humans not dead yet? They have more important things to attend to. Get out of here!
Oh, what?
Could you not chosen a much more discreet place? I mean, it's already hard enough to dodge all those guards.
The ambassador is overseeing the preparations for the festival and could not travel to the outskirts of the city.
All right, this isn't just some birthday cake combined with bakery. This is something serious. It's already hard enough getting it, but let alone retrieve it.
Well, I'll make sure to relay your concerns to the nearest I don't care file. Now, let's see it.
All right, here. Here, look.
We can finally move on to phase 2 of the plan.
Phase 2.
All in due time. However, the ambassador said not to make a mistake.
Wait, why not? I'm just saying that if I find an opportunity, I'm gonna take it. I mean, do we even know if this ambassador is real? All we know is rumors. I believe you should do that so ourselves.
I believe you're an idiot. You can't use the sort of magic, and I defend the ambassador. So remember his place, because he's not as merciful as I am.
Even if you eat it?
It is known. What?
So, my mama said that when you eat something, you gain its energy, right? And that's how
the next queen. Yet, all I feel is uncertainty and nervousness.
If I may say something, Your Highness.
You can.
Your Highness, I know that you have to bear a great burden of leading our people, and I can only imagine what that entails. But you have proven yourself to be a difficult politician. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Okay? And besides, with the help of Chancellor Reinhardt, I'm sure that both of you will lead our world to a bright future.
I can only hope.
Come in.
There she is, our new queen. Now, I must say, my dear, of all the generations to have ruled this kingdom, you are the most gorgeous to wear that crown. Well, except perhaps for maybe your mother.
Mother, remind you that you are talking to a queen now.
Yes, a queen with a warrior's hand. Have you been practicing your punches?
So now you're saying I have man hands? Your silver tongue will eventually be the end of you.
Yes, silver tongue, which has saved my skin more times than I can count. And one I might add has helped advise the royal family all these years. Yes? Now, I was looking out into the field, and I saw that they placed all the flags in the wrong places. I don't think blue is your favorite color, so we should possibly... Here. I have something for you.
Am I supposed to wear that? That's kind of ugly.
You know, even though I am your advisor, this isn't supposed to be a fashion thing to go with your crown. It's something I gave to your father. Now, when he was first becoming king, I gave this to him, and as hard as it is to believe, he was just as nervous as you are right now. Now, I told him to use this pendant as a token of strength. And one day, when he found the courage within him, I want it back, so I could give it to the next king or queen. My dear, the pendant, just like this kingdom, belongs to you.
Thank you. Your wisdom knows no bounds.
Perhaps for a human.
No! Your guidance has been guided by others before me, and it will continue to. My only worry now is keeping this kingdom unified.
Just don't be so concerned. In time, the people of both our worlds will come to understand that progress can and will be made. We just need to continue on our paths of unity and prosperity. Yes? Good. Now, we should get going. Otherwise, the people may forget that they have a new queen.
Oh. So, can I, leave now, or what?
Do I look ready? Ooh. Yes! You're ready, let's go!
build the droves and mock us while we work for scraps. Rise up! Rise up! Revolt before it's too late!
Guards! Take this woman away.
This is what I was talking about, Avery. People are starting to look concerned.
It's just another day in the office, milady. But perhaps it could be a chance for you to show the people that you can be calm and under control of the situation.
I see that with the point of a new council, many of you have concerns about the progression of our realm. I understand that. I do. But I will try my best to work with Chester Reinhardt and our new council to move all of us towards a bright future. Now, today is the day for festivities. Please, enjoy yourselves.
Come on, admit it. You were hoping I would come.
You wish. I mean, maybe just a little bit. Now is not the time.
Are you sure? Because...
My queen!
Chancellor,
Bella.
Ow! My queen. Hi. Chancellor.
Caleb. Should I say, Councilman Caleb.
You may call me whichever, depending on the occasion.
Caleb, you always have a word for everything, don't you? Now, Your Highness.
Oh.
Caleb here is the youngest human to be made to the High Council. He also happens to handle our more humanitarian affairs.
My queen, it is such a beautiful day for a coronation. But not as beautiful as you, of course. Ow!
you might have a silver tongue that can rival yours, Avery.
I apologize if this little piece of shit.
No need to apologize. I'm glad to see that the new council laws have passed. Having humans involved in the politics is a great boon to the kingdom.
Thank you, my queen. I'm glad there's one person who appreciates a human's perspective. I'm okay.
Ain't that too? But, Your Highness, we must continue to greet our other guests.
Yes, we should. Arabella, I must say, your friend is quite a humorous charmer. Be careful with him.
That's charming, right?
Arabella, may I?
Yes.
Caleb, yes. I'm going to give you some of the best advice I've ever given anyone. Are you ready?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
You see that woman standing next to the queen?
Yes.
Good. She can kill you. I've seen her kill somebody with a pencil. And yes, and you don't want to know where it went. So, be good to her, and whatever gods you believe in, you should probably pray to them.
Thank you, Chancellor.
Good. Yes, thank you.
Okay. You can let go. You can let go of this nice suit. I get it. By the way, has anyone ever told you you have man hands?
May I have what?
Okay. Hands that would compliment a man.
Okay, that's it. I am not letting go. Maybe you should start listening instead of running that mouth of yours.
Well, I've never been a good listener.
This is gonna get harder.
judging me a little bit? Who said I was judging? I'm just stating the facts. Anyways, please continue. All right, I'm gonna continue the story. Not because you asked me to, but because I want to. Right. So, there we were. Top of that hill. Swords out, sun's out, fun's out. I'm out. Just so I got this right. Yes, of course. You said 2 grown men? Right there. Top of the hill. Right there. Sword out, yes. Sun out, and what was that last part? Fun's out. Do you see my point? I feel like you're taking everything out of context.
Taking what out of context?
Chancellor Avery, Queen Anastasia, how are you? My friend over here is just being a little childish. I'm the childish one. Yes, you are. Well, excuse me for not finding your story about 2 grown men sitting on top of the hill with their swords out, the sun out, and buns out of anything.
Was that supposed to come out that way?
Come out like what?
Never mind. My queen, this is Ira and Roth. They are possibly 2 of the finest warriors I've ever seen. They also happen to be the only humans on the Royal Guard.
Well, human or not, your achievements are impressive. I'm glad to see you two here instead of the front lines.
Ira and I would have loved to fight, but we also wouldn't miss your coronation for the world. Yeah, hence would be rolling around the kingdom. I'm just kidding. I agree with Rob here, which is one of the very, very expensive that you could do. He is right.
I'm glad to hear that. Now, go on ahead and enjoy yourselves. You both have earned it.
Yes, gentlemen, please do. I have a feeling it won't be long until you are both called into action again.
Last thing you'll ever hear!
Guards! Take this man away!
No! Humans, stop! Look around you! Why do you wallow beneath as you walk up? Look at them, living in excess, and yet we don't have enough to eat up to feed our own children! You! Avery, because your child's been taken away to stop you, you should follow suit. Not us. Your lies. Your secrets. You know no bounds. Even to you. Even to you.
Please, your attention, everyone. Do not let this moment spoil the rest of the festival. Remember, a light shines the brightest in the darkest of places. Today, not only coronates a new queen, but it also acknowledges the unity between both humans and Duwata. Now, today is a day for festivities. Please, continue to enjoy yourselves.
son. The son, right, like that, like that. Good. I'm gonna hide, okay?
There's a fanatic coming around. So, right here. See over there? Over here. Over where? Over here. The blind. You're gonna have to like direct me that way. That's Paul. That's Paul.
How can you find this money?
I hear you. I hear you.
How is he finding me?
Out there. You're going. To go. To go. You have to know where you're searching. It's so pretty familiar. You know, it's kind of scruffy, the thief.
I'm not scruffy.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
Wait, hey, keep going. Keep going. Stand over here. Keep going. Paul. Paul. Seriously?
No, you don't.
So where you went? Oh, wait. Over there. I got you. Where you going, son? Keep going. Keep going. Where you going?
guys help me out here. Did you really just say there should be more fighting in that last dance?
Yeah.
Thank you, that's what I thought. It doesn't matter. Boy, in what world does a dance about romance include fighting?
Oh, you know it was romantic and all, but the only thing I find romantic is my sword, Lucille.
You named your sword Lucille.
Now that you mention it, I do like the name Lucille. What'd you name your sword, by the way?
It doesn't have. Why would I? That's just weird. You're weird.
Your sword's name is Beach now.
What the hell?
You two! My guards have reported that the fanatic has escaped!
Gentlemen, I need your help to find that fanatic.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
They beat you.
You named your sword Beach. Yeah!
Oh, yeah? Well, what'd you name yours, huh?
Shit.
Just savage.
Gentlemen, can we please stop? Sword names or not, we need to find that fanatic. Now, please go.
Yes, sir.
Running.
Just where do you think you're going?
Your mom's house. I mean, I love your mom. Her name's Lucille, right? You should know.
Stop!
Kill him.
Are you alone? Silence! I am not talking to you.
No, sir. There's no one else here saying this is secure.
Good.
Oh, no!
Stop!
I can't move.
How are you doing this? Only the one I can use magic.
Kneel. Now, stay. Gentlemen, I will be with you two very soon. Get down.
Please, Chancellor, please. I can be useful to you. I know things. I know what they did to your son.
Silence. I know what they did to my son. I am not a fool. Now, for someone so keen to tell me the truth, perhaps you should call me by my true name, Ambassador.
Ambassador, please, I'm sorry.
Get off me!
Please, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sorry for what, exactly?
We're being too slow. I thought by killing the queen I could speed things up, but I still don't understand it. Why would you save the queen?
Because she's like a daughter to me. I do hate killing, especially killing humans. Now we all know where the line is when it comes to Anastasia. Don't we? Good. Now we can get back on track. You see, magic is a fickle thing. I've been around for a very, very long time, serving the royal Wata family, the source of the most powerful magic in this world. Don't you think I would have learned a thing or two? No response. How surprising. Anyhow, like I said, I have been around for a very long time. Long enough to see our people dragged through together. That ends right now.
You can kill us. You better do it now.
Kill you? No. No, 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 no. You see, you two and I are quite alike. Sure, shave off a few years, add some good looks, and we are exactly the same. Each and every one of us have accomplished things that the Wata said no human could ever do. We are living proof that we do not need the Wata. They put a false hierarchy on your races! I know you know that. You have to believe that. They who would have no hesitation to put your brothers, your sisters, even your own children beneath the dirt. I'm giving you a chance to end all of this innocent blood. How many have you killed? The women? Children? How many just to keep them in charge? How many of those kills still keep you up at night? Gentlemen, you two are possibly the bravest, not most of the ferocious warriors I've ever seen. I know you are good. I know you can see this. When will you stop fighting for those who do not care for you? Fight for yourselves. Fight for your species.
Imagine assuming that the water is finally taking down guns!
For two soldiers I hold in such high esteem, I thought you would have realized by now. It's easy to dethrone gods once you stop believing in them. Do what you must.
I'd be lying if I said I was proud of what I've done. Year after year, watching all those cities burn to the ground, it just makes me ashamed to wear this armor. Dance now! We're with you, Ambassador.
I'm honored to have you both with me. Now, get rid of these bodies and enlighten the other cities. I'm going to need them. Go. Now begins.
performances for an amazing culture. The Casa Doradan, the Asik, and the Kuntao Silat. Truly wonderful pieces that pay tribute to the Maranao. A round of applause for them one more time, please. Now we continue. A lot has surely happened lately. Cyrus, the great fairy captain, has some skeletons in his closet. A skeleton called, I don't know, Aiden perhaps? Will his actions come back to bite him? Only time will tell. How about Kayla and Arabella, eh? Maybe two star-crossed lovers? I mean, not for what I'm seeing, but who knows? Romance can come from the most unlikeliest of places. Queen Anastasia. Don't get me started about her. Nervous and doubtful as ever. Newly coronated and already an attempted assassination. Royalty just can't catch a break these days, am I right? Yeah. You're right. And finally, Avery Reinhardt, the Chancellor, the Ambassador, the Master Manipulator. That was quite a turn of events, wasn't it? Gabriel would probably agree with you on this, if he wasn't dead, of course. next? What's going on now? Why don't we fast forward a couple of weeks? Maybe even some months. And see for yourself. Keep your ears sharp. Keep your eyes peeled. You won't want to miss anything. Hope you enjoy. Reports say their influence has already spread through most of the outside villages. This blight on our kingdom has already infected many of the highly populated human cities.
The only thing we know for sure is that the football is being led by someone called the Master. Do we do any
Information on this ambassador.
We have nothing. Whoever this is knows how to stay hidden. We are searching for a ghost. Unfortunately, a ghost with a danger is following. My queen, a war might be approaching.
Not a war, a slaughter. Humans outnumber us 16 to 1, and their villages surround this kingdom. If they unify, there's no chance for survival.
Wait, what are you suggesting, Cyrus?
I'm suggesting we send in troops to every one of your villages and execute anyone involved with the war.
Absolutely not. There is already an unstable peace between both of our races. Sending troops would cause more destruction. Years of progress will be shattered.
Years of progress is already being shattered by you and your kind.
You can't judge an entire race for actions of a few, Cyrus.
Actions of a few? You of all you should know better. Remind me, because my human history may be a little off. Wasn't there a small organization that eventually gained enough power to kill 6 million of your own kind?
Those circumstances are different, Cyrus. You know that.
A blunt approach may not be the best option.
Okay, what about another strategy? Just cut supplies from side of the football.
Exactly, great idea. Starving them out would mean less casualties for us. I mean, come on, this could be a win-win.
Who would win?
Yes.
Oh, win-win! You all, Dad. You all see? There's innocent civilians in those cities.
Calm yourself, human. I will make you calm.
Touch it, and I will slit your throat and pull your tongue through it.
Have you been soft? What is this filthy human done to you?
No! I'll have none of this in my council. The next person who steps out of line will no longer have a seat. Do you all understand?
Yes, my queen.
Good. Now I will call to a break to the session. I will request for your return once I have made a decision. Except for you, Avery. You stay here.
Yes, my queen.
You were awfully quiet throughout the meeting. This doesn't seem like you could just stand by. Are you ill?
No, nothing quite so severe. Simply, sometimes you have to listen to both sides before you give your own opinion.
Now that you have heard both sides, do you have any input?
Well, in most situations, this would be a snake. You would cut off its head. The hook ball, there's something more. There's a hydra. Every head we cut off, another one grows. Hercules himself slayed the beast. He had to burn the tendons of every single head he cut off to stop it.
Are you telling me to burn down the villages?
Nothing quite so literal. I'm simply saying that whatever you decide, you must commit to it.
Choosing one side will make me a monster, while the other side will leave me open and cut me to dry.
Yes, but only one of those sides leaves you left as a queen.
That doesn't matter to me. I would rather die than have my people go to war with each other.
Don't say that! Yes, you understand the weight of those words. Don't say that.
You never told me that you had a child. Not ever since that fanatic screaming to the crowd.
Stacia, please don't.
We're supposed to be a team here. Keeping secrets from each other will cause the things like the events during the festival. Remember how you were frozen in shock? You became
No.
Okay then. I apologize for the outburst. Let's just move on. What should we do about the football situation?
We should compromise.
I feel like with any decision, we'll be stepping back on progress.
Sometimes you have to step backwards, that way you don't blindly move forward. You made a decision.
Yes.
Should I call back the council?
Yes. Please do.
Councilman. Our queen has made a decision.
We will send troops to the cities. It will only be a few, and they will be there to relay information. I will not condone any executions.
My queen!
My queen! The hookball are growing in numbers faster than we can find this ambassador.
My queen, this will cause undecided humans to join the hookball. I beg of you, please change your mind.
Cyrus, I will not risk innocent human lives to feel your bloodthirsty nature.
Bloodthirsty nature? All due respect, my queen. This stick.
And as for you, Caleb, I'll be sending you to the cities and show that unity between both races is a better choice. And before I forget, you will have a bodyguard.
A bodyguard? My queen, that is very unnecessary. As you can see, violence doesn't really seem to fly me. That's why I'm such a good humanitarian.
Violence eventually finds everyone, and I would not be comfortable with you traveling without them. Arabella, you shall accompany him.
Actually, after some quick thought, I actually do believe I need a bodyguard. Oh! Why?
Good. You have your assignments. Now go.
Arabella! Welcome to the beautiful city of Creole, the city of trade.
You mean city of thieves?
Thieves. It's actually a city of entrepreneurs and my hometown.
Okay, look. It might look like I don't care, but that's because I don't care.
Well, when Cyrus was yelling at me, you sure looked like you cared about me, right?
The only thing I hate more than you is someone else picking on you.
So you do care about me, huh?
Shut up.
Yeah. So, do you at least agree that Cyrus and the other council members are, out of their minds? They have no humanity.
Well, they are Juwata.
So are you and the queen. Humanity, it's not a species issue. It's about having conscience. Come on.
Okay, that line of thinking might be true. But Cyrus and most of the other council members are different. They're still stuck in the same old ways.
Then, why did they put me on the council? No one would agree with me.
That is exactly why. You are different from the others. That is what makes us like you.
Hey, you know what's funny? This is the first time where we've spoken for more than 2 sentences without turning it into an argument. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, don't spoil it.
Fine. Hey, hearing that stomach growl? I know you're hungry.
Kind of.
Hey, kinda in my terms means yes. Look, I know you don't eat much human cuisines, but let me treat you to a personal favorite of mine. Yeah?
I guess.
Right here. Oh my.
It's my old friend, Caleb Cully.
Yeah. Phenomenal one himself.
You know this guy?
Yeah, same show. Back when you were younger, we went to the same school together, right?
Yeah, he cheated on every test of mine.
Sounds like Caleb.
Come on, dude. Really?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's been a long time, my friend. Let me ask, who is this lovely lady you have brought along with you? You should be careful now, Caleb. Human and prey relationships are forbidden by law.
I know.
But hey, don't worry. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Well, you won't have to because we aren't.
Huh. I usually have a good radar for these sort of things.
Usually do.
Anyways, what can I do for your good folks today?
You already know. To your house session.
Coming right up.
Thanks, Joe. Oh.
I freaking knew it!
That's it. Like, no, don't even think about it.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, she barely had any sleep last night.
No did she now?
Yeah, here, get the change. I wish I could stay and catch up with you, but...
It's fine, my friend. I have other customers. Take care, my friend.
Look.
Hey, are you hungry? Want to go to this place? Yeah. Hello, good sir. 2 muffins, please.
Coming right up. Swines.
Wait. What? Did you just call us?
I believe the term you are looking for is swines. Lechon.
Okay, hold on. Why? We're just trying to protect you from those insurgents.
What you are doing is making sure that your power over us doesn't get taken away, Your Majesty.
Excuse me? We don't need this. Let's go.
Yeah, that's right. Keep stepping, Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
That's it!
Oh no! No!
Oh my God! Wait, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Guard! Get down!
Stop this madness! Stop!
Joe,
You okay?
I think so.
You okay?
Yeah. By the way, you both did like pansies. Go!
You're striking member of the Tweeside Council?
I didn't mean to. I'll try.
Silence! You don't stand down! Now both of you get out of my face! Now! Come on, get up. We have to report this to the Queen.
Well, I find you here. No, if you sit any more still, they might mistake you for a statue. Last time that I saw you in these gardens, you were hiding from your father because you had spilt wine on his favorite robe. Do you remember?
I remember like it was yesterday.
I had to tell your mother to calm him down so that way you wouldn't be sent to the stables.
And I haven't stopped thinking you ever since.
It just seems though that every time you come here, something is bothering you.
Bothering is too weak of a word.
What's on your mind?
I have always found it odd that every girl dreams to be a princess or even a queen. It's like when a kid wants to be an adult. They think it's fun not to have curfews and eat all the candy they want, but they don't see the responsibilities.
But Anastasia, you did have all the candy you want. And you also broke curfew more times than I can count. Responsibilities, yes, that's something else. You're afraid of them.
No, not anymore. What I am afraid of is not being good enough.
Not being good enough. My dear, you are possibly the most qualified person to be in this role, even more so than your father.
Yes, but our blood.
Yes, but it's more than just a name or blood. It's who you are within that makes you a leader. Oh, well, never mind. I mean, do you even love your people?
Yes, I do.
Well, are you ever seduced by greed or power?
No.
And what about the hard decisions? Can you make them?
I always choose what is best for both sides.
What happens if that cannot be done?
There's always a path of peace and unity.
And someone will always block that path. What do you do then?
Then we can build around them.
You see, my queen, you're more qualified than you think. Now, as a queen, I believe you do have some royal papers to sign.
Yes, I do. Goodbye for now.
Bye.
Thank you.
Of course. Anastasia, just remember that even after 100 years, try not to grow up too fast.
My queen, I wish to seek an audience with you.
I grant your request.
My queen, I'm afraid I have bad news. The current efforts to keep the peace between both of our races is not working.
What do you mean? Please elaborate, Caleb.
Elaborate? My queen, do you not see his face? It is obviously not working.
Bella, calm yourself.
My queen, a fight broke out between your guards and the citizens. Arabella and I stepped in. This was the result of the altercation.
Maybe if you were half the man your bodyguard is, your face would look a little bit.
Silence! This is very concerning.
I agree with you, my queen. Legend states, black-eyed bandit always strikes at midnight. Now, we have to go into the forest, circle round, then we'll catch him off guard. Except for you, Caleb, because you can't see. Also, does the clock truly strike midnight twice every hour? Only one can say.
Okay. Ira, please calm Ross down. Anyways.
My queen, if you withdraw your troops from the towns, it may show weakness to the hopeful.
And keeping the troops will cause citizens to rise against me.
This will cause, we've already seen the citizens rise against your guard, my queen.
Remember what I said about committing to your actions.
Aiding! Are you aiding the queen or aiding your downfall?
I am doing my duty! My queen, what would you have us do?
Based off the evidence given, the original plan is not working. There's been enough bloodshed. For now, withdraw the troops.
Cyrus, you're the queen. Withdraw your troops. Now.
I'm sorry for ruling against you.
No. You simply did what you thought was right. It's a great improvement. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you. I don't think I need this pendant anymore. It was a great help.
I was only doing my duty, Your Highness. But I know you should go. I must speak with Ira and Roth.
Goodbye.
Everything is going according to plan. Now, the troops forcing the humans to join the hook ball, things are looking well. Now that they've left the villages, we can meet with Kenny and Blair and get the troops together. Phase 3 is about to begin.
These people spit in the face of unity and our way of life. They disregard the hand that helps them.
We fight for peace and yet they want destruction. We of the Royal Guard, honor and bravery among all else.
This is it. This is the moment we end tyranny. We will no longer be oppressed by their greed. Each of us have been tormented and forced to fit their needs. We make their food, their clothes, their weapons. We make everything for them. They make nothing. Today, we'll take from them everything.
Each of us have fought and bled for this land. I will be damned if they take it away.
They will not pass this point. Here is where we make our stand.
Look to your brothers and sisters before you. We've all lost someone because of that. This is what we live. This is what they die.
Anyone else? It was always me.
Now you die!
Cyrus, remember what you did to my son? Look at me. Look at me! This is for him. Good job, everyone. It's not over yet. You must pull back the Royal Guard. I'm with the Queen. Go!
Ergo, we have to tell Queen at station.
No, Hale, we can't. There is a war right happening right outside the Queen's door. She has too much to handle with. We can't tell her.
Look, you and I know that night there was something there.
Okay, we will tell her, but only once we get... Your Highness, Cyrus is dead and the humans are quickly approaching!
Anastasia, come with me. We must get you to a safe place.
Don't listen to him! He's a traitor to the crown! Avery, is this true?
want you to find out this way, but yes, it's true.
How could you? I loved you like a father!
Because bargaining people think they need freedom too. Being the chancellor for so long.
led you through this portal. Why? Because of this. I cannot split the parents of a child. Thank you, Anastasia. What you have here is proof that unity between both humans and Diwata is still viable. The present may look dim, but the future has a new hope. Now, go to him. Goodbye, Arabella.
So, what do we do now?
We build a family. We build hope.
It's
came to see you. It's been a very long time. Yes, it has. Oh my! She's so adorable. Thank you. It's so good to see you again. Hey, look. It's a fairy grandmother. May I? Sure. Does our little hope have a name? Yes. Clara. Her name is Clara. One day, she will save us all.
Ang bayan kong Pilipinas, lupain ng gintong buwan, pag-ibig na sa kanyang pangalan, naanan na gandang diwa, at sa kanyang